Well, she's done well. And so is she. And there's another one just up there. Anyway guys, g'day and welcome back to the channel. Another one just down here. Very fresh. Yeah, get away you two. We are lambing. We are lambing. And actually, to be fair, things are going, fingers crossed, pretty well. I'm just going to watch this girl down here. We're going to reposition guys and we'll carry on this chat. Right, we're in a bit of a safer position. That is the ewe way over there. Last one you can see in this paddock. These girls are two-tooths, so this is their first time lambing, and they're a wee bit iffy. Now, see these 2 sheep and 4 lambs? The one at the back pinched one off the one at the front before the one at the back lambed. And then she lambed. But it must have been in quite close time frames, because now she thinks she has triplets and the other one knows she has twins, but there's only 4 lambs there. But for like 3 days now they've been together, the lambs are all fed, so I'm not too stressed about it. But yeah, we won't hang around in here too long, because these girls can be quite, they're good mums, but they can be quite fickle mums, and they don't like the presence of a human being and a dog in their paddock. So we'll keep going. So it's been quite a slow start to lambing. The earlies are basically finished now. There was 240 odd of them. There's a wee few less now, but not too bad. And there might be 6 or 7 left to go. They've done really well. They've had a pretty good run of weather. These girls started 3 or 4 days early, not the two-tooth so much, but the mixed ages. Yeah. Mother Nature needs her head checked, big time. Today is about 5 degrees, it's raining, there's not a lot of rain forecast, but the ground is saturated. I mean, there's the next crop paddock I've ripped up, thankfully, because if I hadn't ripped it up the water would be running over the top of it. Anyway, yeah, these girls are just starting to get into it now, which is not a good thing, because the forecast for the next 2 days is worse. I think we're 6 and 0 tomorrow with 6 or 7 mils of rain. That's going to kill some lambs. And the next day might be 7 and 0 with less rain, but there's nothing we can do about that. One period of the year where we need moderately good weather. It's all we ask. But oh well, we haven't had one for a while. We must be due a good one soon. Yeah, all in all, the ewes are actually holding up really well. There's not that many with one where there should be 2. There's a wee few, but there's not many. And they've been slow to start, so they've actually held off quite well. But I do get the feeling these next 2 days, today and the next 2 days, we're going to see a lot of lambs born. So yeah, we'll just do what we can do, I guess. right there is what we want to see, guys. That's a 2-tooth, so that's what a first lammer or a maiden ewe. They're quite big lambs. Now if you have a look at the colour on them, yes, that one's a bit muddy, but he's up, he's had a drink. She doesn't like me being here, but she's actually quite quiet for a 2-tooth. They're big lambs. Now the reason I said look at the colour, quite often you'll see lambs come out, and we have a problem with it, and they're very yellow, and what that means is that it's been a slow birth, and a slow birth, a thing called dystocia, it puts more stress on the lamb, and the lamb is then slower to get up and get on the tit and get milk in its tummy. And the key to survival in bad weather is getting up and getting milk. They warm from the inside out. They've got that nice wool coat on, even though it doesn't look like much. There's an amazing amount there, and it's all curly and knotted, and yeah. So they get that warm milk in the inside. They keep that warmth, and that is perfect. Now these 2-tooths, the scanner man did tell us there's, hang on guys, readjust that there's basically nothing in the first 5 days, and to be fair, today's day 4, and as you've seen going around, I've just said those first 2 paddocks there's a bit happening, the next 2 there's not much, but there's not really many lambs in there, and that's because of that. These other girls, now we're in the mixed age twins, bit of a different story. I wouldn't say they've flown into it, but there's a few more lambs around, so we'll go and have a wee look. Under the trees from a distance. In the grass, perfect place for them. Can't quite see them, there's a fresh wee set of twins down there. The second ewe looking at us owns them, and the third one, there we go, there goes the lamb. I won't stay here too long. That girl there, I lambed her 2 days ago. She turns around, she's got a blue head. That was the Twitter post that everyone liked. Yeah, she was good, she took them in the paddock. I got to catch her one day and put a yellow tag in her ear, so she required assisted lambing. Without assisted lambing, her and both her lambs would have died. She did have quite a small pelvic opening. We just about saw the blue mark. Anyway, the reason for that is that we don't want to breed welfare problems into our sheep. We want to breed them out. So, don't run away. So, wee lammies away. Yeah, so the reason for that, I didn't have a yellow tag on me at the time, blue mark on her head. In 5 or 6 days time, if I catch her and take her to the other end of the paddock and let her go, and leave her lambs at this end, they'll find each other. I'm not going to do that, but if I did do that, at that age it would be fine. At this age, the lambs would almost certainly die. So yeah, once they're a week old, you don't look at a lamb who can't find his mum unless it's hungry. Yeah. This bank, so we've got this bank here, runs all the way around this paddock and actually goes to just over there out of sight. It's like 10 hectares, but we do run about 50 singles on it. It's steep, it's ugly. They're Romney singles. They're pretty good at looking after themselves. Don't know if you can see under that cabbage tree. There's one there with a lamb. Can't see any others there. But they always seem to lamb away quite well on that country. Almost makes us want more hill country. Yeah. But hey guys, this stuff. Now 2 videos ago, you remember all the grass we had and how stoked we were about it? Yeah, that should give you an idea on how crappy the weather's been since. It has been cold. It hasn't been evilly cold. Like, the earlies have had a pretty good run, but it's been colder than we need it to be, or want it to be. And there's been big wind and there's been some pretty big rain. We've had a lot of rain now for the month. Thankfully the whole 3 just haven't come together very often. We always say the lambs can handle 2 of the 3. They can't handle all 3 together. They can handle 2 of the 3 to a point. Yeah, but that is why we had those big grass covers, so that if it turns to crap like this, the sheep have had enough to eat, and there's still enough here. It's getting close to the point where there's not. But we've got 2 or 3 days of shitty weather to come, and then after that it's looking like there's quite a few 15-degree days. So if we get quite a few 15-degree days, even if it does rain a bit, the grass will grow, and yeah, things will be looking up. As you can see here guys, it's muddy. The wee lambs being born are getting dirty. Now this paddock actually had quite good grass on it. It's still actually okay for the number of sheep that are on it, but it's not where we want it. And this is just, there's nothing we can do about this. It was one of the later grazed paddocks of grass in winter, and unfortunately underfoot just gets a wee bit sticky, and this is the result. Yeah, like I say, nothing we can do about it, but I mean they're all happy enough. If I could just clear that camera off, I don't know whether I can or not. The ewes are fat, the lambs are coming out good, the ewes are holding up really well, but they can only put up with this for so long. And we've seen it before. 2010 we had a massive snowstorm at Lambing. Like, I mean massive, it was a foot deep up here. And the next year we had non-stop rain for about 20 days, and it was horrendous, and it was cold, and it was way worse than this. And the ewes will hold up really well for 7 or 8 days, and then they just give up. And you sort of can't blame them when they're a domesticated wild animal, right? And their primary goal is to look after themselves. They can breed again next year. If they kill themselves to look after their lambs, well, everything dies. It's the way nature works. But yeah, fingers crossed this weather does pick up in 3 or 4 days time, because otherwise, with the way input prices are and our land prices are looking and everything else that's going on, and a whole lot more regulatory stuff that's just been thrown at us by regional councils, there might not be a lot of sheep farmers left next season. Wee young'uns just over there, and a very fresh set right there, up and going. Like, it's barely worrying them. They're up, they're on the tit. Like I say, it's not bitterly cold right now. It's going to get that way, but they're actually, yeah, they're impressing us is what they're doing. They're holding up quite well. I mean, I know we've always been a big fan of saying that the work you do at lambing time achieves bugger all towards your lambing percentage. It's the work you do in the 8 months before that. Once you wean, you start working on next year's lambing. So you want fat ewes that mate well, that scan well, that are fat at lambing time so that they produce lots of milk, and you need feed for them. And to be fair, this year a lot of us have ticked those boxes pretty well, reasonably well, not perfectly. We haven't done it perfectly. You'll never get it perfect anyway, but we breed these sheep to do this, right? They're tough. We always talk about the tough sheep for outdoor lambing, and right now they're actually showing us how tough they are. Noticed before. Oh no, let's get out of here. Right, catastrophe averted. She's got sure to. Unfortunately that one has lost one, but she's still got one. Let's get out of here and then talk about that. If I leave the bike running, they stay more settled. So we've got newborns, we've got, I don't think that's newborn, we've got newborns, we've got not the bottom set but the next two up, newborns, top of the hill, newborns, they're not, one set down, well, actually both those sets are, one on the other side of the fence has got an interesting story, those two aren't. I think that I'll say this one here, and another set just down there. Actually we need to go for a look at that. No we don't, so we stay as far away from things as possible. I was just a bit nervous that one of her lambs was on the wrong side of the fence. Sorry guys, having a hard time today because it's absolutely drizzling. But now I can see both lambs are on the right side of the fence. There is no point going any closer. Yeah, so we were just there. That's that ewe down there, she's fine. Remember that ewe, we're going to talk about her a little bit later on. See stuff like this, I don't know whether you guys can see that or not, sorry, but there's a ewe there, and there's her lamb there, she's got one lamb with her. Now if I wasn't here, that lamb would not be lost, and that lamb is not lost right now, but the longer I spend here, yeah, I'd love to come around on top of that ewe and just nudge her down to that lamb, which we might do, we'll see if it doesn't resolve itself. But over here we've got the ewe has landed in the gully over here. Kind of a good move, but not. Another one down here, that's good. Another one just there. Yeah, they're moving. They're dropping. if I could catch that ewe, I'd just about put a yellow tag in her ear. We need to leave. Yes, we do. I thought it was dying. We've got these little lamb covers I've showed you before. I thought maybe they might have been a candidate for that. Nope, they are fine. Right guys, now we're coming out of the mixed stage maternal main line, MMMs, into the earlies. Like I say, these girls are pretty much done. These are the maternal earlies, so we will keep replacement ewe lambs out of here. Marks everywhere from driving, and yeah, but it is just the way it has to be. And unfortunately, once they start lambing, it's very hard. In fact, it's impossible to move stuff around. You only really get one shot at that. I can take a few sheep out of that paddock into the next two, and I probably will, but then that's going to cause trouble down the line too. So anyway, we'll keep moving guys. I will show you. We've got one more paddock of terminal earlies, then maternal twins in the main line. The third one across there is terminal earlies, and that one behind that wee tree row is maternal twins as well. I'm going to see you over behind that willow. still. Just gently, girl. Good girl. Walk up. You bugger off out of here. Go. Come here, little lamb. Come here. Hey, hey, hey. Come here. Good lammy. You, your mum's out there. Right, guys, here's a treat for you. Not for me, or for this you, unfortunately. This girl's got a head out and no legs. And that just doesn't work. It's the best way to do this for you guys. Pop yours over there, maybe. I don't know, we'll find out. Right. Graphic warning, if you're a bit squeamish, maybe look away right now. Now, what I've got to do... Oh no, girl, that's really painful. Got to get a leg out. That's that lamb's leg. The lamb's alive. That's good. Good girl. Right, with Emmy. You're good. You're good. You're really good. Right, pop that there. Yep, she's going to lick that lamb. That's good. Sometimes you've got to stick a leg in her mouth. Get her doing that. Now, because we're here, we're going to get the second one out. Where'd it go, girl? Found him in there. He's run away. Got a head. The head. Yep, I've got the head. I'll try to find a leg. It's actually quite ironic, guys, because it's freezing cold today. My hand is burning in here. Got a leg, girl, got a leg. This will be all over in a minute. That head comes with it. You just give a wee push there right now, that'd be real handy. Where did the head go? Head's gone back. Come on, wee dude. Here we go, here we go, here we go. You okay? Yes, you are, good wee fella. Yeah, you don't need help, do you? Right, there we go. Take it, take it. No, you stay there, you stay there. You stay there. Right. Wee trick my wife taught me. Put a jacket over her head. As I'm sure you could imagine, it's a very stressful situation for that ewe. There's one more thing that I have to do here, and that's part of our breeding program. Work a yellow tag in her ear. Probably should have done it first, eh? Success, guys. Let's get the hell out of here and leave her to that. want you to take note. We caught her best we could. The sheep was spread out over this whole paddock, and now most of them are right there. There's only a couple there with young lambs. There's a couple more over the back. Still got him. His mum's in there. We'll find her next. But sometimes when we see something wrong, not that, we will drive by and we will ignore it. And some people think that's cruel, but you have to weigh up the pros and cons of what you're doing. These sheep are pretty frisky. They do not like our presence in the paddock when they're lambing, and they move. They're pretty good mums, but they're bred to do this themselves, and we need to get around as fast as possible. A lot of the work we do on a lambing beat, we cause the previous round, and we've got to be quite mindful of that. It's why I don't do a lot of filming at lambing time, and actually right now, guys, I'm just going to carry on, and I'll see you at the lambing sheds. Right, let's find your mum. Well guys, just dropped the lamb off. That is his mum. Happily reunited. Happily reunited. She's a bit wary. I know she lambed yesterday. I saw her. There's also two more here that had massive big twins. She's done well. That is a heavy lamb. That other yellow over there was heavy truck. Right guys, last year's pet lamb from the kids, Lammy, who is still quite friendly but has decided it's fun to run around with all her mates that are our hoggets that are in the lamb. And there's 4 or 5 ewes out here with lambs too, which you see this. These are our lamb pens, we call them. So this one went in here yesterday. He's got a full guts. He's looking pretty happy. I'm not going to worry about feeding him. I would say tonight, maybe tomorrow morning, probably tonight, we will let him go. You okay in there, girl? And then we've got this one here. This girl got a low udder. Just put her in a different shed because the other one was a bit dirty, but he's got milk in him. You're a bit grubby from that other pen, aren't you, bud? He's not hungry. You could do with a bit of a feed, couldn't you, bud? You got milk on that side, girl? Yeah. You'll suck the other side. Can you get on there? Stand up, girl. Really, girl? I think I'm just going to leave that. Yeah. See what happens while we're here talking. Right, so a few things to go over. It's raining, it's cold. I almost put gloves on. Didn't almost put pants on, but almost put gloves on. That first ewe with the 2 lambs that I told you guys to remember, she was a pincher. I spent 3 days fighting her. There was another ewe, had a set of twins. She wanted both her lambs. She was a very good mum, and that other ewe was convinced that one of those lambs was hers, and she kept trying to steal it. Now thankfully, with the other ewe being a good mum, she never left both lambs, but the other ewe had one of those lambs, and yeah, I argued and fought with her for 3 days, and in the end I managed to get her across the other side of the paddock with a dog. Probably, yeah, she was probably a bit puffed after that, and then she lambed, and now she's no longer trying to pinch the other ewe's lamb, which is good, because what happens in that scenario normally, they pinch a lamb and then they lamb, and they'll either abandon the lamb they pinched or abandon their own lamb / lambs, and either way you wind up with less lambs over a silly wee thing like that. So yeah. Yeah, pinching, and that's the same thing that happened just over here with that wee lamb we just reunited with his mum. That was a ewe. Pinching, that was through the fence, which is not ideal. The other thing, what were we going to talk about, was it lambing, was it? Lambing that ewe, assisting, yeah. It's a really hard one. Sometimes we will evaluate a situation. If there's a ewe needs help, we will do our best to help. But if there's 8 or 10 ewes in really close proximity with newborn lambs, which does often happen, they love to lamb together, we will have to work that ewe away from those lambs. Otherwise we can't do it, because if we, sorry, my earpod's gone all funny. There we go. Yeah, otherwise we're going to upset everything and we're going to cause a whole lot more grief. So you can see why I don't do a lot of lambing videos. It's really easy to go around my ewes and do a lambing beat. The second you stop in the middle of a paddock, everything gets upset. So that's why, unlike the likes of the Kiwi farmer and a few others, they seem to have more quiet sheep than us. Yeah, I don't like stopping and talking crap in the middle of a lambing paddock. So yeah, but it's what it is. The ewes are doing very, very well, exceptionally well. It's cold, it's wet, it's not windy. It's going to get colder, it's going to get wetter. I will keep you guys posted on what's happening. I didn't even have a wet dry to bring home today, so those two ewes in the shed, their lambs have died for whatever reason. Exposure really, and wet sticky conditions. They're lambing onto wet ground, and when they lamb onto wet ground and then they sort of mess around a little bit trying to clean them up and trying to work out what's going on, sometimes they create a mud bath, and we do our best to avoid it. The best thing we can do is have good grass covers, which, as you guys saw 2 weeks ago, we had amazing grass covers. We just don't anymore. They're not bad for the most part, and actually sort of through there, that one that I said I'm going to take some sheep out of, it's probably the worst for it, and it's had the least. In fact, I think it's only had two lambs dead in there. There's probably 40 lambs in that paddock now, and both of those ewes still have one lamb. That can happen in good weather, but yeah, it's just challenging all round. So yeah, anyway, we'll go and have a look at these calves. Right guys, calves. Not sure the cattle on here really doing. Now, these ones here are the sick ones. You're not looking very sick, are you, Dad? Hey, they've come back pretty well. These guys here, hello. Hey, look at that. These guys are normally pretty friendly coming from Katrina, aren't they? Hey? Yeah, the better ones, which they got access to that paddock. Yeah. Sarah's done a wee bit of recording on these guys. I don't know what it is, I don't know what she's talked about. We had, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, about 4 or 5 days after we picked up the last lot of calves, rotavirus come through. Just want to be really clear, it's not from the person we buy the calves from. It's probably just the shed. It's something we have struggled with a wee bit over the years. Some of them were looking pretty ordinary for quite a wee while, and we didn't lose a single one, which is awesome. And then they got it better, and one of the best calves was having a drink one day and decided to have a heart attack or a stroke or whatever. That happens. So we have lost one, but it's not because of the bug. But yeah, these guys, they were very friendly. Did I move too fast for you then? Oh yeah, you want to have a hop and a skip? Hey? You want a pet? Hey? No? Yes? No? No, okay. But yeah, they're doing very, very well. As you can see on a wet, horrible day like this, they've still got access to the shed, hay. Actually, Sarah might not have fed them yet, she might be coming up right now. So anyway guys, I'll put that footage in of that Sarah recorded the other day when she let them outside. Yeah, I think so. We'll call that it for a video. So, hope you enjoyed that. Hope this weather improves. We'll catch you next time. Utter chaos. Come on here, there you go. You're gonna feed. Not even worried about it. Going for it. Absolutely going for it. What do you reckon, Missy?
Hey, enough. Hey guys, I just thought I would do a wee video on the calves. So today they are actually going out on the feeder into the paddock. So I was hoping that I would do full videos of when the calves arrived, mixing of the milk, and basically updates of how the calves are getting on. Unfortunately, that didn't go to plan. We had sick kids, sick adults, sick calves, lambing, everyday life really. So today I will update you on what has been going on. We got rotavirus. It was horrible. Not us, the calves got it. It all started with just one calf that decided didn't want to drink, was quite happy running around, and I thought, oh, maybe it just, you know, was having an off morning. And then I sort of thought, no, we'll get the vet. So we got the vet. The vet came, he was like, no, your calf's looking really good. Took a sample, rang me back 2 hours later, sorry, it's rotavirus. Okay, deal with it. So I just had the one. I'll just take these off. And then the next day came and a lot had gone down. It was horrible. Dealt with rotavirus before, not here, a previous farm that I worked on years ago. But we persisted, kept them hydrated, did everything we can, treated them with Rotogen, everything the vet said. A lot of electrolytes were used, and we saved them all but one. And the one that died actually died of a heart attack. It collapsed at the feeder. It wasn't one that was actually sick, it was a good one. So I see it as a win. These are the ones that I've pulled out. I don't know if you can see them. So these are the worst. So this one with the orange line was the one that didn't want to drink one morning. So yeah, I'm really happy because everything bar one is alive. These guys are going out today. We've had some really bad weather, lambing started. So I finally today got round to getting these outside because the sun's come out. So I'm really happy with them. There's some that were sick that have been put back in here. So they're now into this group. One snuck out. And yeah, my 6 there are just going to stay in the shed still. But these guys are going to have access to the shed still. I'm putting them out in the paddock and shutting them in the paddock. But I thought, calves love to go outside and run around. I will grab a video of it for you guys. So, I don't know how well this is going to go, but my plan is to drive from there into the paddock, open the taps so they can drink. Let's get them all out. As you can see, that one there was one of my sick ones. He's deciding he wants to go the long way around. There we go, there's a few running around already. Okay, this isn't really going to plan. The calves have decided they're not hungry and want to just run around, which it's pretty cool. But I don't need them running around right now. Okay, I'm gonna try and round them up and hopefully you see calves running. Okay, this is fun. It's the only way to say it. fun. They're not going to starve, so don't worry. Right, that has half us, can I say that? Sort of gone to plan. They're just crazy, but it's fun. Don't know whether you can see them. Hi, Cafe. Not great that they're chasing sheep, but luckily they haven't lambed, but they'll calm down. It's just great weather, so I want to get them out now. Today they do have full access back into there. I'd just rather have them in here for the day, but they'll suss it out. Look at this one bowling along. Go, Calvie, go! Happy calves. Happy, happy, happy.